restore your WordPress blog database from a backup. In a previous tutorial I showed you how to back up a database. So on my computer here, for example, I have this SQL file that is a backup of my WordPress blog database. Let's assume that maybe you are going to do something to your blog, and just to ensure that you could recover in case something happened, you backed up your database first following the previous tutorial. And then you go into your blog and you do something and it messed things up, and you want to recover by now restoring this database that you backed up, this SQL file. That's what we'll do here. So we have the backup. You log into your WP Blog Host control panel at wpbloghost.com. Click on your MySQL database. Find the database for the blog that you want to restore, and if you don't know what it is, look in the wp-config.php file in the blog source code, and it will tell you the database name, username, and password, and that's the information that you need in order to be able to identify the database if you have more than one. Click on Open Manager, enter that database username and password, and again, if you don't know what this is, open the wp-config.php file in the source code, and you will see the username and password there. If you're not sure where that is, see the video I made on how to fully back up your WordPress blog, and it will show you how to find that information in that config file. Click Go. Now that will log you into phpMyAdmin. Find your database for the blog. It's this one here that I'm interested in working with. And in order to restore an SQL file now, the first thing that I'll need to do is dump the tables that are already here. And to dump them, I simply check all tables, and then with selected, drop. And it'll ask me if I'm sure. I say yes. And now I've deleted all tables from that database. Now at this point, if I were to go and look at my blog, it would be gone. It doesn't see it anymore because I've completely deleted all the tables from the database. But that's what you need to do first in order to be able to import your backup file. So once I've dropped the tables from the database, then just make sure you select your database again so that you're on the right one, and click on Import. Browse. Find the database backup on your computer or wherever you have it stored. Select it. Your character set is going to be UTF-8. Leave partial import checked and SQL checked, and then click Go. Now if your database is of a reasonable size, then it will completely import. If you have an extremely large database file, then this process may not work for you. And if that's the case, then there's another video here on restoring your database using a program called Big Dump. So you may want to look at that if you try this and you have a problem importing your database. So if you look here, it says import has successfully completed. All queries were executed. All my tables have been recreated now, and everything should work fine. If I go back to my blog now, it should come up and all of my information should be back as it was. Restoring your database from a backup is as simple as that, using PHP